Today we will meet the first superpredator in Earth's history, a monster that ruled the seas some 500 million years ago. It was an alien like no other, an underwater terror with a gaping maws lined with razor-sharp mouthparts and huge grasping claws. Its name was Anomalocaris, and it is considered by many to be the first true apex predator in Earth's history. When Anomalocaris roamed the seas, life was truly dangerous. Even the mighty Anomalocaris had to watch its back, though, because there were other monsters lurking in the depths. And to find out what they are, keep watching until the end of this episode. But first, let's go back to the time when Anomalocaris lived. The oceans of the Cambrian were teeming with life. Weird, wonderful creatures drifted through the water, drifting along with the current or sometimes drifting their prey. For the most part, these animals were soft-bodied, squishy things like worms or jellyfish. Life back then really wasn't very pleasant. Being a predator meant you could have a relatively easy life, stealing food from others and rarely having to worry about being hunted yourself. In fact, this was the lifestyle of the vast majority of sea creatures. They simply didn't have any natural enemies. That all changed with the arrival of Anomalocaris. As far as we can tell, it was the first animal to evolve hard armor specifically for hunting. With its arrival, life in the oceans would never be the same again. The fossil record shows us that Anomalocaris existed in two sizes. The largest individuals measured more than 3 feet long. That may not sound particularly large today, but remember that we're talking about a creature that predated the first dinosaurs by over 100 million years. Back then, it was massive. Anomalocaris was a hunter. Its front appendages were modified into large grasping claws that it used to capture prey. However, they weren't particularly dexterous. Basically, Anomalocaris just swiped them like a pair of windshield wipers to scoop up prey. These appendages worked like oars on a boat, propelling the animal through the water at incredible speed. Thanks to its hard shell, Anomalocaris was also able to move with incredible agility. It could turn quickly and shake off any potential predators trying to feed on it. Its mouth was lined with hundreds of small, sharp teeth. As soon as it clamped down on something, those teeth would work like a pair of scissors, tearing its victim into chunks. Anomalocaris was so deadly that paleontologists believe it was responsible for the first mass extinction. Before its appearance, life in the oceans had been relatively peaceful. But with its arrival, many species simply couldn't adapt quickly enough and went extinct. This allowed Anomalocaris to thrive. In fact, some scientists believe that the whole Cambrian explosion of life happened because of Anomalocaris. Its emergence created such a massive ecological opening that tons of new species suddenly found themselves at the top of the food chain. There was no longer a dominant apex predator, so all kinds of bizarre creatures evolved, filling the void left behind. All of this makes Anomalocaris one of the most important creatures in history. Without it, who knows what kind of world we would live in today? As we said, Anomalocaris lived some 500 million years ago during the Cambrian period. It evolved alongside some of the weirdest creatures in history, including the following beasts. First, there was Hallucigenia. This creature was so bizarre that even scientists have trouble classifying it. Its most obvious feature is its strange, almost psychedelic appearance, but that's not what made it so deadly. In fact, Hallucigenia was probably pretty weak. Some scientists believe that it was a close relative of Anomalocaris, but that idea has been heavily contested. Then there was Opabinia. This thing looked like a cross between a jellyfish and a starfish. It had a big central mouth surrounded by 4 smaller ones. Scientists believe that each of these smaller mouths was used to slurp up different types of food. Opabinia also had a single large eye in the middle of its head, which may have helped it spot prey from far away. Finally, there was Leoncolia. This creature looked like a cross between a lobster and a fish. It had a hard shell like a lobster, but it could also swim like a fish. This made it an incredibly versatile hunter. It could chase down prey in the open water or ambush it from the safety of the seabed. So there you have it, some of the weirdest creatures that ever lived. And remember, if you want to see more videos like this, all you have to do is subscribe for more content.